Hey, welcome back to the Donzo and Deez show here on Cities 92.9, the news and talk of Bloomington Normal. I'm Donzo.
I'm Deez.
And we are talking about America's most effed up family, the Bidens. Hey, it's the Bidens. So, one last story I want to get with this.
Leave our blow laying around.
Those were the days. So, Joe Biden, of course, is not functional at this point. What would you think, Deez?
Far from it.
He's far from. He's bad. I mean, he's nuts. So this is Gateway Pundit. There's really no audio worth playing out of this. I tried. There's nothing that really gives it. But the Gateway Pundit came out swinging like this: that Joe Biden has dementia. Biden wandered around confused during Tuesday night's July 4th festivities at the White House. She's not even a real doctor. Dr. Jill joined Joe Biden on stage at the White House's Independence Day celebration. It was time for Joe Biden to exit stage left, but he ended up wandering around the stage. Did you watch this video?
Yeah, and this, look, I 100% agree. Joe Biden has not got the mental capacity to live in a nursing home, let alone live in a White House.
He's talking. It's like he's talking to somebody that ain't there.
But this
is not there.
This is
Sorry,
the Gateway Pundit fishing, because
look at the video.
I did. He turns around. You can tell he's expecting, and again, this might be that he completely forgot what they told him, but he's turning around trying to hand the mic off.
The point
is, walks around. It's a bad look without question, but I don't think it's literally, I don't know where I'm at. It's, hey, who am I supposed to give this mic to?
I don't.
And he keeps looking, he looks, and then he walks over to the only other person on the stage, which is the soldier right there at the steps.
This is everything that the president does is so choreographed. It's so choreographed. Are you really gonna tell me that by this point in time they haven't taken extra measures to make sure he doesn't look like a buffoon? He still looks like a buffoon.
I agree that this was the case where they probably told him and he just completely forgot. I don't buy what the pundit is selling in that, he's just completely doesn't know where he's at. He probably forgot that he was supposed to go to the guy and give him the mic.
He probably forgot he's supposed to go from point A to point B. Yeah. That's an issue. If I saw my father doing this, I'd look at my mom and be like, what's wrong with him?
Again, I'm not in any way, shape, or form disagreeing with the point that, yeah, he is shot, but for the Gateway Pundit using this and wording it the way they word it, make it look like he just doesn't know where he's at. He just forgot that he was supposed to walk over to that guy and give him the mic, as opposed to turn around. There's supposed to be somebody right behind him. Either way,
I agree.
It's a bad look.
I agree. My point is he does it all the time, though. If this was the only time this ever happened, I'd be like, yeah, okay, well, maybe they didn't prep him good enough.
Yeah, if you take the collective works, then yeah, it's definitely not a good look.
The world's leaders are watching us at the moment, and they're laughing at us, and they're going, that's we go to school to America. That's exactly what they're doing, because we got no dukes. I mean, you and I got dukes. We got service members that have dukes. We got citizens that have the dukes, but our government, who's actually running the show, well, if you want to call it, we can debate if they're running the show.
It's a show, all right.
You know what? And this thing, I mean, the earth is flat, too. So, all these lies they've told us. I'm not even going to get on the flat earthers. Yes. I'm going to get so many comments on this. I can't wait for the usual suspects to show up and try to talk me into believing this hoo-ha. Have you ever looked into that? The flat earth thing?
Yeah.
Who the hell came up with this?
I have no idea.
I think that's a psyops. I think the government started that to distract people.
Yeah. Their biggest argument, point of contention, is the moon landing. And to be fair, that's a compelling argument.
It is. They've got some compelling stuff, but there's counters for everything. You know what? Here's the thing. A conspiracy theory, I like a good conspiracy theory, whether it's the moon landing, to at least debate it or look at that, or, look, somebody's got this picture and there's no shadow where there's supposed to be a shadow, or whatever. That's interesting stuff. And, of course, the space race at the time, I could see why.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know if we talked about it on the show or if we just had a conversation about it, but of all the things, the weird conspiracies, that's the one that you would have the easiest time convincing me was that the moon landing was fake. I'm not saying it was. I'm just saying...
Right.
You could, if you presented the evidence in the right way, I could be like, it's plausible. Does that mean the earth is flat? No.
So I told some people, I was in an argument with them, and they want to come on the show. All right. And I'm like, I'm not letting you come on the show for, 20 minutes and do this. Maybe we'll do a YouTube live because I think it would be interesting to see what they have to say. But on the other hand, no. So flat earthers, I was reading about this, actually believe that gravity doesn't exist. There's no such thing as gravity. Did you know that? That's a conspiracy. And the moon and the sun are big lights that are 20 miles up in the sky. Dude, okay, seriously. They also believe, because there's no gravity, that the Earth is traveling upwards at 37 miles an hour. That's why stuff falls. Now, I got a question. First of all,
I did not know that.
Yeah, first of all, okay, this is idiocy at its finest. Anybody with a functioning brain can figure this out. If the Earth's traveling up at 37 miles an hour, and you take a 30-pound lead weight and a feather, and you let go of them, they would both hit the Earth at the same time, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's been proven.
Yeah, so that's first of all. Second thing is, I have a challenge to any flat earther out there, and every time I throw this challenge out, it's always deflected. There's always some reason. Well, telescopes are only good for 50 miles. What are you talking about? This is my challenge to a flat earther. And you know what? I'll even rent the telescope for you. If the Earth is legitimately flat, you can take a telescope from anywhere on the planet and see Mount Everest.
Yeah, you would think so.
It's the tallest natural point on the Earth, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing else is above it, right?
Right.
So you should be able to take a telescope and see Mount Everest.
Well, here I have one.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
If the Earth was flat, and I won't even go as far as the East Coast, having lived there in Indianapolis, I can tell you that early in the morning, the sun is out in Indianapolis, and it's dark in Bloomington.
Oh, they got reasons for that, too. They got reasons for everything.
Only for a few minutes because they are relatively close together, but it does happen. And if the Earth was flat, if one had daylight, the other would have daylight.
Exacaries. But they got this conspiracy theory for everything, man. So they don't believe that a globe can contain water. They believe that the water will fall off the planet. They believe the water would fall off the planet. Well, it's gravity. Well, no, gravity's fake. There's no such thing as gravity. Hey, I'm going to throw you off the roof of this building, and you tell me if gravity's fake or not.
Remember when we said that we weren't going to talk about flat Earth for 20 minutes?
I know. I'm sorry. I got off on a tangent. Anyway, we've got some news for you from the Ben & Jerry's ice cream front. The good old, patriotic Ben & Jerry's. Let's go, Deez.
You remember Bud Light and their big mistake? Of course you remember it because we talk
Who can forget
about it.
It's still going on. They're almost 30% down in sales. They're
but
freaking
don't
out.
worry. Ben & Jerry's says, "Hold my beer." On the 4th of July, of all times to say something, on the 4th of July, the company's official Twitter account came on and tweeted, "This 4th of July, it's high time we recognize that the U.S. exists on stolen indigenous land and commit to returning it," Ben & Jerry's wrote on his Twitter, linking a blog post on the topic. First off, and sorry, Kev, but I'm literally going to steal your line from your show a few days ago. You cannot find a single inch of land on this planet that was not originally owned by somebody else and
correct indigenous peoples.
Yeah, taken over by, well, maybe there's some groups, but you can't find much. Let's just put it that way.
There is literally an island
off the coast of India.
Off the coast of India that has had no white person or modern day
has never been touched. Never by been modern touched. Civilization.
They still function as they did 1,000 years ago.
It's illegal, in fact.
You can't go there.
Yeah, the Indian police or Navy or whatever. If you try and approach the island, they will arrest you. And people that have made it to the island have been killed.
Yes, there's a reason that they want to keep people off the island and they don't want to hurt these folks either.
Yeah, so that's one spot of land that has never been stolen. At least, well, we don't know. Maybe they stole it from somebody else.
Well, here, I want to make this point too. Actually, that was a very patriotic thing that Ben & Jerry's put out when you think about it. Because, yeah, I agree that we need to go back to the Spaniards and we need to string them up by their testicles for taking that land from the indigenous people of North America. What do you think? But we didn't take it from them.
Well,
They're the ones that conquered it.
They're
the ones
started it.
Yeah, they
but
started
then
it.
The
'Cause
British came over.
You know what?
and-
If you want to split hairs, we can split hairs on the
yeah,
old
no,
Donzo and
it's.
Deez
I mean,
show.
it's definitely like a
But the point is,
potpourri of
you know, tell
countries.
you what, Ben and Jerry's is wine. Have you ever seen these two
Yes.
losers? Okay, why don't you just? I got an idea, Ben and Jerry.
Their first idea is Mount Rushmore. Take down Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, take down Mount Rushmore. How about you just get out of the country? How about you just drop your ice cream and your millions of dollars and go blow off?
Yeah. Hey, Ben and Jerry, how about you start this whole thing off by giving up all of your corporate property?
Yeah, let's not be capitalist, Ben and Jerry's. You idiots. This is the old Donzo and Deez show. We'll be right back on Cities 92.9, baby.